Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Super Breakdown. Today we're taking a look at the RX-93 new Gundam, piloted by Amuro Ray. This new Gundam is, of course, not just for show. The new Gundam this is probably my favorite version of the new Gundam. I think that what they have done with it here is really solid. I love its range kit. It has 8 shots in beam rifle, slowly recharges on its own, of course, does decent damage with it. You have a charge, as usual, will lock you into place, but does decent damage as well. You have the funnels, which can be fired off in 6-round bursts. They will fire on their own, or you can fire them, but they are very solid as well. You don't have to use all 6 at once, and I don't recommend that you do, so that you have more to play around with. But they also respawn or reload on their own, not respawn. They're very, very good. As you can see, we can do quite a bit of damage, even from over ridges and things like that with the funnels. But once they are completely out, it will take them a while to recharge all of them. You have the shield that you can use. It's very good for blocking beam projectiles, physical projectiles, and melee attacks, not so much. You have this dodge with the bazooka, which is very good. It gives you a escape pretty much right away. You have a melee charge that you can do that fires off the missiles from the left hand, which will, of course, still hit even in green lock if you aimed it correctly. They are very solid, does some very good damage, and I think people forget that it's an option that you have, honestly. The range kit on the new Gundam is just really, really solid, and it's one of my favorite range kits in the game. My only big flaw with it being that it is a full cost unit. It is the 3000, which does mean that if you are not careful and you die, that you will cost your team a lot of your cost gauge. I got a perfect on the match before this when I stumped over my words a lot and had to restart. So it's unfortunate that I can do a perfect again here. But as we go into the second round, we ask our usual question: should you use the new Gundam? If you're playing a ranged kit, if you want range, the new Gundam is a great ranged option, and it's a really good 3000. If you're wanting melee, it's not quite as good as its range, but its melee is still really solid. So as we go into the second round here, we'll get into the melee itself. And of course, you do have the melee charge, which can be used at short to long range. We have forward melee, which is this punch combo. Very satisfying, does really good damage. We have back melee, which is a stun, which is very nice. Standard melee here. And then your side melee, which is a very nice combo as well. When you pair it all together, your back melee is actually pretty easy to land. You're going to land it more often than you don't, as long as you're being careful. And you're going to get that guaranteed stun off with it. You can back melee into bazooka and get it down right there, which is a pretty good combo, unless you're saving your bazooka for rolling. You can also back melee into forward melee, which is a pretty good combo as well. That was dashing forward. There we go. Which is very solid. I didn't show off the burst because I didn't realize that I'd killed him enough times already. But the burst is a melee burst, which is very solid as well. I love the new Gundam, personally. I think it's really good in both range and melee. Not quite as good in melee as it is in range, but if you're just looking for a suit that can be kind of an all-rounder, the new Gundam is great for that. If you're looking for a suit with really solid ranged, it's great for that. If you're looking for a suit with pretty solid melee, it's really great for that. It just doesn't have any Garobies or anything like that. But that shield, the dodge, the melee charge, the stun, the funnels, it makes for a really powerful kit and a suit that I definitely think you should consider playing around with. Until next time, though, I've been Trey. This has been the Super Breakdown. Let me know if you have any specific questions about this series in the comment section down below. We're going to keep cranking them out. I know this is not a full breakdown of everything the suits can do, but it is an idea of the kit and a little bit of gameplay just to show it off for those trying to decide what kind of suit they want to play with next. But until next time, let me know your thoughts on the new Gundam in the comment section down below. And remember to always enjoy the full spectrum that the new Gundam, which is not just for show, has to offer.